Hey y'all, it's Chimdi. So I am back with another brain food video where I just kind of sit here and we talk about some stuff, usually pretty personal to my life and my experiences, but hopefully something that can also help you in your life and in your experiences. And when I thought about this brain food topic, I actually had one specific topic in mind, one thing that I really wanted to talk about, but I kind of needed to build up my courage to talking about it and kind of get more comfortable with just being vulnerable on this channel. Just being vulnerable in life is hard. The same thing is true, even maybe more so for the internet. But yeah, so the thing I want to talk about is a scar that I have on my arm and also a little bit on my leg if you've seen my different wardrobe videos and stuff. And it's something that I got it when I'll give you, okay, let me first give you the backstory of how I got the scar, all right? So I got the scar when I was 3, and my mom was making something like a big old pot, and I wanted to see what was inside because I've always been curious, and I remain very curious to this day. And so I climbed up on this rickety chair, and I was just peering inside and just brought down the whole pot across my body. And I was 3 or so when it happened, which apparently boom, good for me having such great memory as a child. And yeah, I've had it ever since then. And that to me is not a traumatic story. So it's not this is a thing where I got 3rd-degree burns from a fire. It's no, I was just a curious, nosy child, and I was just what was that? And now my body literally wears the mark of my curiosity, which actually I think is kind of cool. But I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what it was like for me having a scar and growing up with a scar, and kind of how I learned to, and I'm still learning to love myself and to embrace myself and to embrace all the parts of me and the flaws in me that make me even more, even more special, only one Chimdi. So yeah, I think it's interesting because when I was younger, 10 or that age, before puberty, I think, before pre-puberty, when I was prepubescent, I could not, I didn't care. I was just whatever, this is who I am, this is me, blah, blah. And then it was with, I think, puberty, with getting older and more self-conscious, that I started to sort of retreat and kind of withdraw and wanted to cover myself up and became much more self-conscious about it. I was a very awkward child. I'm not going to insert photos. Maybe I'll do a separate video about why it's good to be a struggle child and then grow up to be beautiful and how it's good for your character. But we're not going to do that in this video, all right? We're not doing that. But yeah, I was just an awkward kid. So already I was awkward, and then on top of that I had the scar, and I was just and then literally I would wear long sleeves all the time. 90-degree weather, middle of July, I don't care. I'm wearing long sleeves. It was so out of control. And looking back, I'm that was so silly. Mostly because of all the fly outfits I missed out on. What? But that continued into college, into undergrad, even into grad school. It was only in grad school, which was only a few years ago for me, that I started to be let me just start wearing t-shirts, that was a big deal for me when I was I'm gonna wear a t-shirt outside and no one's gonna say shit. And if you watched my my summer goals video from this past summer, so truly not that long ago, I had as one of my goals to wear a tank top in public, just wear a tank top. And I think there were two or three things I'd say that helped me kind of become more comfortable with myself and gain some confidence. I think the first one is just having people care about me regardless, one thing is I was very awkward with boys, and I was oh no, and then having guys still think I was super fly, I'm oh, interesting. Just having a gap, if you saw my other video, having a gap didn't stop dudes from trying to get it, you know what I mean? The same thing with a scar, guys were still ooh, yeah, you're fly. So I'm okay, interesting. So I'm still super fly despite this. And then I think it's an ego thing, right? Where we walk out in our freshest outfit, in our cutest makeup and hair, and we think people are checking for us. We post things on social media, we post things on YouTube, and we're oh, people are checking for me. They are waiting for me to upload because they care. And it's yes, not to dismiss everybody who's watching as if you don't care, but for the most part, I see my subscriber numbers, y'all. For the most part, people are not checking for you. They are not checking for you. You remember what you wore that day to school, to work, to wherever, out to the mall. You remember your outfit. You remember how cute you looked. What was your friends wearing? The next day, today, try to think of an outfit that your coworker was wearing yesterday, that your classmate was wearing yesterday. Personally, I could not tell you a single thing anybody in my life was wearing yesterday because I do not care, because I was not checking for them. And realizing oh, the same is true for you, Chimdi. No one cares. People aren't checking for your jeans. They're not checking for your look. Like they're like minding their own business. Everyone is in their own head. I think that was probably the most important thing for me, is that like just embracing and seeing the freedom of knowing that like you can really do your own thing, and people truly are not concerned. They're not concerned. And I think the biggest one probably is like, I'm a very confident person. People meet me and they're like, you are very confident. And I'm just like, yeah, I am, because I'm fly. Like, but I do genuinely believe that. But also, I think people are attracted to confidence. I am attracted to confidence. I'm attracted to people who like know themselves and love themselves. Like, I think those are the two most important things: know yourself and to love yourself. And I'm attracted to people who are like that. And so I aspire to be what I'm attracted to, you know? And it's a process, obviously, but it's important to me to like be confident and to love myself and to know myself and to spend a lot of time in self-reflection. And I think kind of recognizing that when you are kind of confident in who you are, and in the good and the bad and the things you're working on, things you're trying to improve, like you're honest with yourself, when you're genuine with yourself, people respond to that so strongly. And I think that was part of what kind of encouraged me and kept me going and made me want to get deeper and deeper and more personal and more honest, and more vulnerable, and share things in this way. Which is why I'm even coming on YouTube, is because I'm at a place in my life where not just like people in my class know I have a scar, but literally anyone on the internet, which is everyone, will know I have a scar. And it's like, it doesn't matter, because it doesn't actually reflect anything about your character. It's just, you know, it's just the flesh prison we're in until we die, you know? So that was a really important one. I think one thing I will leave y'all with is this quote that I read on the internet some time ago. I wish I could remember who said it. But the quote is, thinking you can be scarred and, you know, be unworthy of love and not receive love is the same thing as like a glass window having a crack in it and thinking that light still won't shine through, you know. I feel like I wish I had that nailed down better. But that's the gist. And it's like a nice sentiment, you know? It's like, just because you have these blemishes, these scars, these things, doesn't mean that light doesn't shine through you, shine upon you. It doesn't mean that you cannot give and receive love, you know? So I hope this has been helpful, you know, very personal, very introspective, very vulnerable, brain food for you all. Give me a like if you liked it, if you can relate. Subscribe if you haven't already. What are you doing? Why are you even here if you're not going to subscribe to me? Come on. Listen, y'all saw that email about how these small YouTubers ain't making money no more. Listen, I need all my subscribers, y'all.
Subscribe.
Click the bell thing, get a notification, all that stuff, y'all. Yeah, and I will see y'all in the next one.